All right.
Everything I said.
Well, stop saying anything then. All right, 8.7, special products. So for this one, like number one, let's start with number one. X squared minus 36. This is a big hint. When you see two terms, it must be square roots. Good. So it's going to be x plus 6, x minus 6. Once again, it's going to be x plus 6, x minus 6. You just do the square roots. Number two, because it has to multiply to a negative 36. So it's going to be one positive, one negative. Yeah. Yes. There's a reason for it, but I explained that 3 times already, so I'm not explaining it. Just know it. All right, same thing here. You have two terms. You look at 25 and you see, hey, that's a perfect square. Dude, stop talking, man. You already came late. Just sit down quietly. Like, you have to learn the lesson. It's like you come in late, just sit down quietly. Don't disrupt. Don't waste time. You already wasted your time to waste everyone else's time. So you're going to square root. So 25, the square root of 25 is 5p. The square root of 144 is 12. So 5p plus 12, 5p minus 12.
Are you practicing right now?
Yeah? What? Square root it, yes. Yeah, come here. Let's look at number 7. Number 7. Y squared plus 24y plus 144. So for this one, Noah, Josh, and is that Jacob push-ups? Get out of my room. I'm not interested right now. I'm actually trying to help kids learn how to test, and we're doing push-ups. Come on, man. I know you're involved because you're going like this, watching it like gym coach. Get out. Get out. Talk to your parents later about the email, okay? Get out. Get out, both of you. Get out. You can do your homework anywhere else except this room because I'm trying to teach.
That was our fault. How? You asked me to do it. It's our fault.
Give me a sec. I'm waiting until they leave.
I think this is actually like super simple.
It's doable, but you have to practice it or you're gonna do it too slow and you're gonna run out of time.
Honestly, like,
Yeah.
That's gonna be like really long.
It's 18 questions.
Well, honestly, I thought it was gonna be long.
No, it's a lot of topics. So I have like one question from each section basically, and maybe like 2 with the equal serial. All right. Okay, for this one, it's 144. You can still do it the old way, which is what multiplies to 144 that adds to 24. That's going to be y plus 12 and y plus 12. But because they're the same exact thing, I want to rewrite it as y, have a wonderful day, squared. So y plus squared 12. Y plus 12 squared.
are we?
What multiplies to 144? That adds to 24, and that's 12 times 5. Now, I taught, the first time I taught it, I told you about the square roots. Honestly, it's more complicated to just doing it normally. So just do it normally. Yeah, she said. Remember, it's 144, positive 144, right? So either it's negative, negative, or positive, positive. Okay. All right. Ezra gave it to me. Oh, sorry, Maya. You want them?
You should add one of my ideas.
Okay.
You're bad.
Don't, again, I'm gonna have to teach you about like not stop talking to me like that. Okay, that's kind of rude and gross.
Mr. T, if
Ezra.
not your friends, you would like me to share that message?
Yes, I'm your teacher. Yeah.
It is.
C squared plus 24c plus 9 times 16. Hey, this shows up again, 144. Hey, we just did 144. We could probably do this again. It's going to be y, or in this case, c plus 12, c plus 12. But what?
C plus 12.
But wait, we borrowed the 9. We're gonna divide by 9. We have to pay back our debts. Before you pay back your debt, you need to simplify your debt. 12 over 9 is 4 over 3. So I'm gonna rewrite it as 3c plus 4. 3c plus 4. Hey, they're exactly the same thing because they're exactly the same thing. I'm gonna write it as 3c plus 4, all that squared. That's your answer for that. Remember, if you do a slide, you have to divide.
Thank you so much, sorry.
Wait till you see that.
Okay, wait, try that.
Yes, I'll keep that up. What's up, David? What's up?
Wait, so you just write that square inside, right?
Yes, you want to write it squared. If you wrote just both, forgot to square, I'd still give you full credit, but you should write it as squared.
Is the subtraction always the last one?
Say it again.
Is subtraction always second?
Subtraction doesn't matter. You can put subtraction in positive. For 1 and 2, doesn't matter. Yes,
I
ma'am.
see 3d plus 4.
Mr. Trouble, I think I'm gonna fail
3c
this
plus 4.
Mentality that I'm going into it.
Why is
Mr. Sobel?
I see it.
That's an ugly C. That's all. Don't make fun of him. This is how he is.
I'm not ashamed of it.
Serena.
I need to keep it up.
What?
I need to keep it up.
Yeah, I'm keeping it up.
3c. C man.
For the first 3C that you put, it
Yeah.
looks like a G.
The first 3C I put.
The C is ugly.
Where's the G?
Like, what's confusing?
No, not that one. That's 9.
Mr. Trouble, how do you do 7?
That's not, no, no, down. It's down.
Mr. Trouble.
Down. It's red.
This one.
Yeah, it looks like an E.
You're right.
Thank you.
Go ahead. What's up? What's up?
How do you do 7 and 8?
7 and 8.
Oh my gosh, thanks, Josh. Now you can shut up.
You do the same thing as normal. What multiplies? I noticed. You do 144. What multiplies to 144? That adds to 24. Happens to be 12 and 12, which is y plus 12 squared. Okay. So I just rewrote it, but it's the same process as you did for the other ones. Okay.
Oh wait, but do you have to write it y plus 12 squared?
If you left it like this, I would not take off points, but this is more proper.
Okay, and if let's say it's another, let's say like it's a different,
So this,
it's a different number.
then you just have to keep them separate. Like this is plus 6 minus 6. So it's separate. You cannot rewrite it like that. Yes. No, I'm still going through the process. So if you have a question on this, I'm happy to answer. 8.7 stuff.
By the way, Mr. Trouble, did we do like anything?
I'm going to the next page. Serena seems to be done. What's up? Go ahead.
Here, I have a question on this, actually. Can I see what something about on 8.6?
Wait, Mr. Trouble, can
No.
you go back to the second topic I read?
Get it down. What's up? While she's copying that. Real quick.
Alright, so I know to do, let's say the 6 isn't there. What do you do with the 6? You just 6.
So you take the 6, move it to the 2, yeah, it becomes 12. Yeah, so then 12, that adds up to 7, that's 4 and 3. Then you have to divide by the 6. If you took the loan for the 6, you have to pay back the
Because
6.
I forgot, so I looked up on YouTube, they're telling me like to write like, let's say.
Separate as 2 things?
Yeah, like.
Okay, when you look up YouTube, slide and divide is what you want to look for. Or you look up in my YouTube video that it's on Google Classroom.
It was like showing me like you turn, it would be like minus C.
I know what they're saying, that's why I don't do it that way. Let's do it my
I
way.
was like, that's what I
Trouble,
would
how do
rewrite.
you do after, like, after the,
I'm moving to the next one, but go ahead. Well, after you do it, then you just divide what's in the first number, then go on. What up? Ezra, you can't be a sunglass thief.
wait, so then you divide?
Ezra, give back the glasses. Cats, if you do have the keeper, give it back to him.
I don't have 20.
Okay.
Divide 24 and 144 by.
Yes. Whoa, no. You first do 144, that adds up to 24. That's 12 and 12 again. Then you do divide by 9 on each one. Okay. 8.8, which is completely. Yes. So factoring completely, strangely enough, they did not put this as a separate section, which I find weird. But in factor completely, they have what's called factor by grouping, which is strange. They did not make this its own section.
Oh wait, I love factor by
This test is gonna be the end.
It is not.
Yeah, this is.
All right, so factor by grouping.
After you finish, we like come up after.
Sure, after I finish.
After you finish 8.8, can I get a?
So number 9, stop talking. Number 9 is going to be m cubed minus 6m squared plus 2m minus 12. So here, when we have 4 terms, very important, you have 4 things going on, you're going to break them up as 2 separate groups. You break them out as 2 separate groups. That's why it's called factor by grouping. We're grouping them, then we're going to factor. Let's look at the first set. M cubed minus 6m squared. We could take out in common an m squared. So m squared will be on the outside. What's left over is what I do when I divide m squared from both of them. That's going to be m minus 6. So I did my first group. Now I'm on to my second group, 2m minus 12. I'm going to take out a 2. It's a positive 2, so I'll put plus 2. And then I'm going to do m minus 6. If these two match, you did it correctly. If they don't match, you got to check your work and do it again. Because they're m minus 6, m minus 6. The numbers on the outside don't matter. I'm saying the insides matter. After you have that, what you're going to do is rewrite the outsiders, which is m squared plus 2. And then the insiders, which is m minus 6. You only write one copy of the insider. Don't think you need to write it twice. No, it's more like m squared plus 2 both have in common m minus 6.
I understand.
Like we're not saying like they have m minus 6 and m minus 6. You
I
want to repeat
understand
that.
how you divide by 2 for the one on the right, the separate group of terms.
Yes.
How did you get to m to the second times n minus 6 on the left? I didn't understand.
It's this one. M3 is in the left one. And then left one's to you. M second is your right one. Then how many do they have in common? They have 2 m's in common. So I take out the 2 m's and there's just one left over. And then 0.
Yeah, that's.
I took out a 2.
We push off the test.
So 12 divided by 2 is 6. Oh,
If you want to move the test to the next Wednesday.
why don't you do your homework up then?
I will. That's- I'll do it.
Yeah. Effectively, yeah. Yeah, you can think of it like that. You're doing 2 separate little groupings or little factorings.
If none of them can go into 6, right?
It would be impossible, but there's
So it
some,
would be like 6c plus 3, 6c.
oh no, first simplify. So you could simplify this to 1 over 2 and 2 over 3, then move it forward. And it will fix it.
What do you mean?
Like simplify the fraction.
So,
4 over
oh,
6,
you're always simplifying?
always try.
And when-
Sometimes you can't, then you
and
just move.
Then I would be writing like 6c.
Yeah. No, I'm not really answering your questions right now. I'm still working. X cubed plus 28x squared. Oh, my bad. Number 13. Yeah.
I'm going to Florida.
So this one I'm taking out. What's in common? 7. Not only that, x squared, which means what's left over? X plus 4. That's it. I can't do anything more. I box it. I'm done. But something like let's do something like 20. Well, 20. We're going to do 20. Like the same thing, I guess. Yeah, that's true. Yes, you're right. Yeah. All right. Girls, why are you sitting on the floor in the back? Then get out. I don't have corpses here. So what I'm going to do, take out in common is a 6 everywhere. So look at all 3 numbers. What do they have in common? So I'm taking out a 6, which is going to be x squared plus x minus 20. So, yeah, go ahead.
Wait, why did I know? I'm just.
Because you're practicing and doing your work. Yeah, yeah.
Why did I know that 120 divided by 6 is that?
You know 12 divided by 6 is 2, and then you just added a 0.
No, I wasn't putting there. I actually thought.
Oh.
Can you simplify four?
You could do it like that too.
I realized the problem
What?
is that
Can you simplify 4 over 6?
Yes,
that
2 over
when
there.
we write it here is that you don't write like divided by it, and then I can't
Mhm.
realize what's happening.
I will answer your question after I'm done reviewing. Yes, sir.
It's
So then,
like, I don't realize what's happening, so you don't write like divided by 6, but that's fine.
Okay.
I'll realize.
so the 6 is on the outside, like earlier. You remember the 6 is just sitting outside? Now we're gonna do what multiplies the negative 20 that adds to 1.
Numbers.
You guys will get practice in it. X minus plus 5, X minus 4. Now, is there anything else we could do? 6? No. X plus 5? No. X minus 4? No. We're done. You always just gotta check. Can I keep going? Sometimes you can, like this one. Sometimes it's like this. You cannot. Yeah, go ahead.
For number 9, when you will get n.
Yes.
Squared on the outside and 2 on the outside, what's the next letter after that?
Then I take the outsiders. So this m squared comes from here, and this 2 comes from here. Then I take one copy of the inside. Okay.
It's gotta be the same, or else it doesn't.
If it's not the same, you made a mistake.
Can I give you examples? Because I'm on the homework right now. Can I just give you examples?
Any questions on point 8 left?
This is about 8.8. It's
Okay,
factored
perfect.
by grouping.
Sure.
So x to the 3rd power, it's the first number,
X to the 3rd power.
plus x to the 2nd power,
X to the 2nd power.
plus 2x.
2x plus 2.
That's it.
Okay. Looks a little blank, but it actually just makes the number small. That's okay. So we do factor by grouping. So we take the first group, and it was the second
How does
group.
that work?
Okay. Why does it work? Or
Yeah, why?
okay, why does it work?
How can you spread?
How can I do it? First, let's do this. Let's take it out. So you have x squared, x plus 1 plus 2, x plus 1. Okay. Now, and then let's do the final answer. X squared plus 2,
So why is it from X plus 1?
x plus 1. What's up? Divide by 2 on both sides. On both of these, actually.
Square.
Wait, why do you divide by
Wouldn't be x plus 1 squared, is there 2x plus 1?
No, you do only write one copy. Why do we write one copy, which is what you're probably confused about? Let's say if I had 3,
Because then
But-
you change equations, then it'd be.
yeah, but let me explain it so he can fully understand. So let's say you have 5 and 7, x, let's say, right? You know how to do this, right? You would distribute like this. In this purple, I'm just gonna show it. I would take that 3 and multiply 5 plus 7x, right? Right? That's basically what I'm doing, right? And then when I do the x, I'm making up one to show.
X out of the parentheses,
So it's the
times
x,
five
and I'm
plus
distributing it to 5 plus 7x. So you see how I produce 2 of them when they're not really, I'm just splitting them up. I'm just taking this, which is split up, and putting them together here.
Just to make it more organized.
Yes, or make it even more important, it makes it solvable when you set it equal to 0, because then you could split it and solve,
What's trouble?
which is important. Let me finish this question.
What happens if, like, let's say it's x squared out of the parentheses and the x plus 1, and then it's 2 out of the parentheses and the x plus 3 or something?
If they're not the same in the middle,
Yeah.
that would imply that it's impossible to solve by grouping, but for your test, it would be possible.
What happens if
Yeah, that makes sense.
this one, there can't be negatives, right?
What's one?
Like in these type of problems, there can't be negatives, you have to times.
It could be a negative, like you could do,
Which one is it that we have to times it by a negative?
I'm gonna do this one to show you. X, x cubed minus x squared minus 2x plus 2. So almost the same question, just with some negatives, okay? For the first one, I'm gonna still take out an x squared, and it will leave x minus 1.
Oh, you take out it by negative.
You take out a -2 because remember, your goal is to match. So because if you take out a -2, it becomes x minus 1, which is good now.
That's it.
That is it for 8.8. If you have any more questions, I'll take
All right,
them.
I have a question, I have a question.
That's it for the test overall, yeah.
I'm gonna get. I am
It's
hiding
literally
right
8
here.
seconds, are you
You
okay?
guys are glasses
I didn't
over
realize
there.
that.
I would love some.
Yes.
Thank you.
Would this be the final answer?
Actually, honestly.
No, now you have the fraction, right? You just move it to the front. So it's 2's the denominator. So 2c over 1, 2c plus 1, and 3c plus 2.
Get so
Now you know to do it fast.
Mr. Trouble, can you go back to,
Let me stop the recording so then people don't get too confused.